Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have this month's mystery tackle box. This is March. I had to check back the calendar there to see what it is, but see if I can find a knife here so I can open this. Here we go. Here's a knife. Alright, so the mystery tackle box for the month of March. And open it up here. Doesn't seem very full. Right off the bat, it doesn't seem very full. Some of them you open it and it's like feels like it's stacked. This one looks a little empty, but it has a lot of stuff in it. So let's see. The first one on here is the Jenko Fishing Trapline Rip Knocker. That goes for $8.99. Let's see, is this it? Yep, right here. So it's like a interesting. Looks like kind of a lipless crankbait design. I might have to take it out of the package here and really look at it, but it's like a lipless crankbait design bait. Pop it out of the package, and the hook. So there's no hook on it right now, and there's nothing. There's actually, let me pull up close here. There's actually nothing on. There's no swivels, no hardware, nothing on it. And there's this hole that goes down through the middle. And in the package here, there's a hook. So I have to look into it. I'm not sure. There's probably instructions in here. I'm not sure if you... Oh, here we go. I know what you do. It's a line through. This is it. It's a line through lipless crankbait. That's actually pretty sweet. So there's a hole going through it. It comes with the treble hook separate, and you actually run your line through the middle of the bait and then tie on the treble hook. So it's like a line through lipless crankbait. That's actually super sweet, and that color is like super sweet as well, like chartreuse and silver and blue. That is actually a sweet bait right there. Wow, that's pretty cool. So then the Carl's Amazing Baits spinner bait. Ooh, this is a good one here. A spinner bait. This is a Carl's spinner bait. Basically, it's just a chartreuse and white spinner bait. And really, you can't go wrong any time of the year pretty much, but especially coming into spring, you can't go wrong with a spinner bait. And this is a nice little spinner bait. Looks like maybe a 3/8 ounce or half ounce. Let's see. Probably says somewhere, but it looks like maybe a 3/8, maybe a half ounce. It's got pretty small blades. Small little blades on there. One's silver, one's gold. That's chartreuse and white. So good. That's going to be a great one to throw around. Sweet little spinner bait right there. That is cool. So lipless crankbait, a spinner bait, two really good springtime baits. Then the hard hat jigs Excavator. Alright, we gotta find what that is. Right here. The hard hat jigs Excavator is what they call it. Excavator. And it's a shaky head. Pull up close again so you can see. It's a little shaky head. That is it's a 4-aught hook, 2-pack. What ounce is it? 3/16. So 3/16 ounce shaky head. That is pretty dope. Shaky heads are an awesome bait to fish. Pretty much any time of the year. All these baits you can fish pretty much any time of the year. But come in the spring, there it is right there. Little shaky head. That is pretty sweet right there. So you know there's probably going to be something in here to go with that, I would assume. So let's keep going down the list here and see. So then the next is the Samatis Baits Trick Worm. I don't know how to pronounce that. Samatis, right there. Trick worm. So right there, bang. To go along with the shaky head, a little trick worm style bait. Open up this here. Just a standard little trick worm style bait. Love using like the Zoom trick worm, stuff like that. So this is basically like that. Throw this on the shaky head, and that's going to look sick. I'm actually going to rig this up really quick and then I'll show you. And when I'm rigging up a shaky head, hopefully you guys can see, or any type of worm, a lot of these worms, they have a more narrow point. This one's a little more flat, but a lot of them has a super narrow point to them. And just dropped that one, don't know where it went. But a lot of these worms have a really narrow point. So what I do is I take the tip of it, I just bite it off and spit it in my room like that. You know, great way to keep your room nice and clean, soft plastics all over. The room of a fisherman. And so I bit that off so it's actually flat, like really flat. And then I'm going to take this and screw it on there. I'm going to try to screw it on there as even as possible and as straight as possible. Keep this worm nice and straight and good looking, but we're going to see. So there we go, I just screwed it right on. Now I'm going to stick this hook in there. And there you go. I mean, that could be better. Let's try to redo that. There we go. So yeah, a little shaky head worm right there. That is a dope little setup right there, little shaky head worm. You can basically do anything with a shaky head. Like honestly, it's like a jig or, you know, like a Texas rig. You could basically do anything you want. It excels in certain situations at being that shaky head. But really, if you look at the head, especially this one, this is more of, if you look at it, it really looks like a Arky style jig, honestly, and you can do anything with an Arky style jig. So it's kind of got that more Arky style head on there. You could throw that around anything and just drag it and catch fish with it. So that's sweet with the worm, the shaky head, and this is a nice box here. This is really good stuff in here. Then the next one and the last one on here is the Cream Lure Split Tail Trailer. So yeah, there it is, the Cream Lure Split Tail Trailer. And it's a little white. Let's see, let's try to get it out of here. They're white. And sorry if there's dogs barking in the background or something. They're kind of whining and barking. See if I can get it out of here. Alright, so I just kind of mangled the package getting them out. But here we go. So they're little like split tail thing here, and probably I would assume to throw on the back of that spinnerbait, which is going to work really good. And I personally I don't fish a lot of trailers on my spinnerbaits. I usually just run them plain or throw a trailer hook on the back of it, because most of the time they're eating a spinnerbait good enough to where you don't need it. But in the case where you're getting short strikes on a spinnerbait, you know, maybe they're not taking in the spinnerbait all the way, you're missing a lot of fish, adding a trailer can really help with those short strikes, because it can give something for those fish to key in on. From, you know, because you're throwing a spinnerbait, especially like this, chartreuse, got a gold blade on there, maybe I'm throwing that in a little stained water. So from a distance, those fish, they just see that bright color, they see the flash. When they get up close to it, there's not really a big body and anything to target. So sometimes they hit the blade, or just kind of nip at the skirt, there's not really a big target. So adding a trailer on there sometimes, especially a different color like this bold white, will give them a target, give them something to hit. So that's really cool that they threw a trailer in here. Now let's see if I can rig this up without mangling it. But yeah, there we go. That's kind of, you know, a little bit of a gist of it. Just kind of threw it on the back. But see, you got that little bit of trailer. It's going to give a little bit more action. And it's going to give, when those fish come up, that bold white color. This is a little thin. You know, usually I'm going to use a thicker trailer if I want, if I actually need something for those fish to key in on. A little thicker trailer works, but this will work. Give something for those fish, that bright, bold white. They can get up to that spinnerbait, see that, and they can, you know, aim for that and aim right for the hook, essentially. So, anyway, that is this month's mystery tackle box. Of course, you always got stickers in there, and you got this little Dibble Digest thing with Dibble's tips and tricks. But anyway, that's this month's box. This is actually a really sweet box. So definitely I'll be using this stuff. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.